Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim 3 roadmap update video. This is as of July 4th, 2023, although I'm slightly late to this as I was out most of the night at an airport. So yeah, so slightly late but better late than never. So a little summary of what there is going to be coming. So we've got the Class 700 which is going to be coming out on July the 11th. So that is next week. We're going to be getting the 700s. Fantastic. We've got a new US gameplay and livery DLC coming out, developed by Skyhook Games. I'm guessing that's probably going to be for Horseshoe Curve, assuming Horseshoe Curve. We've got the HST livery designer and Great Western Express patch, long awaited. It's now out, so go and colour in your GWE, was it V? No, not V, Valenta, is it? No, MTU, your MTU HST. Midland Mainline and Linker Rheinstrecker updates. Niedertalbahn patch coming later. Does the Niedertalbahn even need a patch? It's perfect. And inside development build processes, one of those sort of long interviews. Let's scroll down. You can see a little summary of there what is coming. We've got a German loco there in development. So the roadmap, happy Independence Day to all our American players, Slabsty. But before you get into your parades, barbecues and fireworks displays, it's time for the July roadmap. Getting top billing this month is the Thameslink Class 700/0, which we can now reveal will release on Tuesday, July the 11th. We get an update from James, who's Mole Man, with a first look at it in action, and we are previewing it this Thursday. Oh, that is fantastic, okay. Also this month, and a happy coincidence, completely planned initiative around releasing a roadmap on the 4th of July, we have a new American gameplay and livery pack developed by Skyhook Games added to the roadmap, and yeah, as I said, probably for Horseshoe Curve. Bundle in some patch updates, first of which includes the long-awaited HST livery designer functionality, Midland Mainline improvements, and Linker Rheinstrecker BR103 brakes improvements launched earlier today. And an inside development focusing on our build process, and we've got a lot to talk about. Slightly shorter roadmap, but that's fine. Okay, so beta program applications. So if anyone did do that, we are pleased to confirm we've approached 25 of our applicants for the beta forum earlier this week. So if you applied, check your email. They had over 300 applicants. Wow, awesome. So upcoming content, the class. Oh, down. Yes, the Class 700. Last month we asked James to give us an update on the Class 700 and he went ham on it. This time around we have a release date for you, pricing information, sounds and a teaser video sharing what you can expect. So James, that's right, it's me, back at it again with Class 700 news. Let's kick things off with the most important update of the day. Everyone's favourite Desaro City is coming to Train Sim 3 on July the 11th. Now, the 700 is very good, but I really do like the look of the 707, although I've not been on. I've seen the 707. I haven't been on it, but I don't know. It is nice, the 707, but 700, yeah, it's good. The Thameslink Class 700 will be available on all platforms for £12.99. Is that it? £12.99. €15.99 and $16.99. I mean, that is a really, really good price. I was considering it. I was thinking it would be about £14.99, but £12.99, £2 less. It's not bad. And we'll also have bundle options available to pick up the ultimate Kent high speed experience. Well, I wouldn't really say it's high speed, the 700, but okay. As the countdown begins for more commuter action in the Midway towns, I also have another little gift up my sleeve for you. Foster your foresight into the inner workings of the Class 700 with the manual. Ooh. And be prepared for July the 11th by familiarising yourself with the cab controls, procedures and included gameplay. Definitely worth checking out the manual. And to get a glimpse of the 700 in action, they do have a Railfan TV preview stream on Thursday, July the 6th. Really nice. Oh, okay. And we got a video. Let's take a look. Okay, let's do it. The audio should be on. I don't think there's any music to it, so we should be alright. Let's do it. Okay, the Thameslink BR Class 700. Okay. Looks good. Does look good. Nice. That's what I can really say. Nice. Looks good. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Ooh. Well, they're DC sounds, I think they are. Yeah, they're DC sounds. You can sort of hear the reverberation a bit more of the motors. That sounds good. I think they have nabbed some of the sounds off Armstrong. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's probably using the Armstrong Powerhouse sounds. It must be, as you sound exactly the same. Looks good though. It does look good. And you got the, is it the HMI working? Oh, you got the PIS there. Okay, very nice. Okay, that wasn't too bad, was it? Not too bad. Oh, let's move down. With the Class 700 releasing in a week's time, the unit is essentially feature, physics and sounds complete. The Desiro cities are certainly interesting to drive, much like the Class 395. The difference between AC and DC acceleration is noticeable, but with a common factor throughout the brakes, they have oomph. The fastest I've personally approached the station so far is close to 50 miles an hour, and I still made the stop. So while being daring is not recommended, driving practice is certainly good fun to put the 700 through its paces in various conditions. Awesome. For the sounds, a mix of sources have been vital to our efforts, including files from the detailed Armstrong Power. There we go. The distinctive DC traction motors are your favourite, or are my favourite, with an extra twist compared to the older UK Desiros. The motor phase sound change happens at 28 miles an hour rather than 20 miles an hour, which makes it a handy notifier for your speed approaching the limit through the dense midway towns. The Class 700 will complete the passenger experience on South Eastern High Speed, bringing an additional 80 plus services and a bumper pack of seven scenarios. Fair enough. Being a familiar sight to thousands every day, including many of us here at Dovetail Games, it's been a labour of love. The seats might be a little bit stiff, but they might just be a way of getting from A to B, but they're solid, effective and plain old good fun. Brilliant, and that was thanks James, or thanks Moleman. We have some additional things worth mentioning, which we'll discuss more on the preview stream on Thursday. And apparently there's been some issues on the Xbox Series S with performance, with all new services being added to South Eastern High Speed, and as a result we will be providing a full timetable and a smaller, less memory demanding timetable, which will mainly remove some static stock and less visible AI services. Well, hopefully that's not for all of the consoles. Well, I mean, maybe they will, but hopefully we still do have the full timetables. It'd be a bit sort of annoying missing out on stuff just because the Xbox Series S can't keep up with it. Players will have a smaller timetable by default in journey mode and the option to try the more memory. Oh no, why are we on there? There we go. And try the more memory intensive timetable in the services menu. And finally, by the way of an update, we've not been able to put the Thameslink stop mark. What? Right, we're not being able to put the Thameslink stop mark, as we mentioned, into the launch release of the Class 700, but they are firmly in our sights for an update further down the line. But just, when is that update going to be further down the line? Because that could be, in a month or two's time. I mean, yeah, okay, let's just move on. Work is continuing on the German loco, no further news at this time. New York City to Trenton updated timetable. We are continuing work on the improved New York Trenton timetable. By the way of a status update, we are waiting for a core dispatcher improvement in order to complete development on the timetable. That needs to be tested. Okay, so basically the same update as what we had before, but still going back to the Thameslink stop markers. I mean, hopefully it's not an update further down the line. That could mean a month, one or 2 months. Hopefully it's literally like a week or something, because that's really, as someone who plays Hudless, and I'm sure a lot of people play Hudless here, we're going to be stopping on the 8 coach stop marker, and the train's going to be hanging out the back because it's the wrong stop marker, because there isn't the RLU one. So not very happy with that, but hopefully they get it sorted quickly. 20.3 core improvements and content patches. A progress summary on the core improvements the teams are working on. After bringing out a large patch at the start of the month and an improved South Eastern High Speed timetable a couple of weeks ago, work continues on other areas, and if an item isn't listed, it's because there aren't any new updates to share. Okay, so HST livery designer compatibility. This has been released in a patch today. Missing Peninsula Corridor and Oakville Subdivision Baby Bullet services, still in a queue to be tested. And 20.2 Preservation Crew releases, nothing further on this one from last month. So, basically, probably not happening. Patch updates, yes, there's been a few patches this month. which I'll slowly scroll through, so then you can have a little look at what has what's been changed. There we go. It's nice and steady through there, as I'm sure we probably already know what is coming in within the patches. So I just scroll through, and if you want to pause it, whatnot, then feel free to. Oh, here we go. Planned for later this month, Nidatal Barn post-release patch. What's this? Improved wheel motion blur, sharpening of some scenery, added magnetic brake functionality to the 628, audio improvements to the BR628, wow, even more. Fixed tail lights not switching on for AI services after changing direction, and PIS should now display a destination after a save game reload, and more. Tutorial fixes for Navica, Dresden, Baker and Hamburg, remaining a spawner for issues for Southeastern High Speed. Another updates without a current release date, Glossop Line post-release, Peninsula Corridor fix for missing baby bullet services, and the other TSW2 preservation crew updates. And now on to the third-party developer. So we have an update from Skyhook Games to do with the Midland Main Line. Following our latest update to address player feedback, we have continued to monitor things and prepared more improvements for the route. We have completed updates to the Class 158, HST, scenarios, timetable, signalling, safety and PIS. With the help of Dovetail Games, we hope to have these improvements rolled out to players as soon as possible. And then we've got the USA Scenario Livery Pack. Work progresses towards completion for this locomotive lineup. We are currently finalising gameplay development and moving into the localisation and testing phase. And then Just Trains. Let's quickly scroll down. Oh, screenshot. Another month, another detailed update. Alex from Just Trains team gives you an update on what they are working on and some more teasing pictures. Summer has arrived and it's a perfect time to go on your holidays, and it's just the kind of thing that you'll be able to do virtually in the upcoming Just Trains Train Sim World Route, whether it's wet or dry. Do you want to head towards the coast or visit a city to see the sights? That's definitely a teaser, so a coast and a city. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, probably another teaser, but the Just Trains team are making fantastic progress, having completed 38 miles, leaving only 10 miles left to detail. Okay, we've got the first screenshot there. What are we saying? What does that look like? I mean, single track, can't see any electric there, so diesel line. Looks like it maybe used to be double track, but then it's been single, slightly dilapidated. You can see sort of the old sleepers there, so maybe a backdated route maybe. Let's scroll down even more. All the large stations are completed and work continues on the less grand examples, and we even have one that is depicted in a state of repair, and it looks absolutely amazing and is explorable. The trackside scenery looks fantastic and really immersive. Looking at some of the screenshots, you need to take a second-hand look to confirm it's virtual and not real. And we've also started placing the overhead line equipment. Okay, so maybe it is electric, maybe that screenshot up top, maybe it is supposed to be electric. The other assets that the route requires are all coming along very nicely and really add to the atmosphere, although the real-world use of some distinctive sites near tracks are unclear. Our rail vehicle is looking Hellfire and is currently having a simulgraph and sounds created for it. At this advanced stage, it's good to see how the land lies. That could be another teaser? Has it got a coupler there? Any guesses? What's the coupler there? So, we are creating a product that will help recreate the days of British Rail with a focus on timetable, giving you an immersive experience with busy and varied operations that feature passenger, parcels, freight and shunting. So it is a backdated route. When driving our route, you will find significant changes to the timetable you drive depending on which season you are driving in, thus providing a wealth of possibilities. Alongside this, our use of layers, which will interact with other add-ons that you may own, like the BR Class 31, spawning on passenger diagrams, for example, will mean you will never be certain on what might turn up, just like the good old days of British Rail. So we're so looking forward to seeing it. So BR Blue, by the looks of things, what's that, 1970s to the 90s, basically, anywhere between that and the inside development update process. We've had a lot of questions around the process whereby we update our games. Why is something released before something else? How do we put content together, and what complexities come with that? Whilst we're not going to be able to provide all the answers today, we wanted to give a brief summary in order to be as transparent as we can. We have lots of pieces of content in our catalogue and lots of really good feedback from you all, which we'd like to get to you as quickly as we can. The realities of game development mean that in practice some things will take less time than others for a variety of reasons. We have a balance of all these pieces of content against each other and prioritise in terms of severity of issue, length of time it's been a problem, and how sweeping the changes might be. So there's 3 tiers. So severity, is it resolving a game-breaking issue? Visibility, how many players will see it? And viability, is there an opportunity to fold it into an already prepared build, or does it need to be treated in isolation? Some will require what we call cold content improvements, such as senior improvements or non-functional button on a locomotive that might only touch one piece of content. These are relatively safe and easier to test the impact of. Core improvements such as add-ons manager or dispatcher changes will touch every piece of content in the game and require much more comprehensive testing. Core improvements often also need to be tested in isolation to remove any other parameters that might impact changes. Some might need a combination of both content and core improvements, such as the trend and timetable changes. Once we have a queue, it's time to test the content. We will do this with our QA team and the team of brilliant beta testers, and any flags issued will be sent back to the development teams to review. This can take several iterations over several weeks with several new builds until we have a build we believe to be robust enough to put live. We then put this content into a suitable build preparing for release. This is a separate queue to the testing queue. It's more efficient for us to collate content together in larger patches, so in most cases we'll aim to release lots of at the same time. Then, when it's patch time to shine, we'll book in times with the 7 platforms we've released the game on, all of which have different processes, quirks and pipelines we need to adhere to in order to schedule that time for release. We will, where possible, ensure all platforms are released at the same time or as close to for patches, then it makes you enjoy it, I suppose. And that is, in a nutshell there, of course, other complexities we need to consider throughout these processes, and of course certain content can jump the queue if we deem it necessary to do so. And for the reason listed above, we hope that helps to provide a little more insight, and we'll discuss this in more detail in, well, that would have been last night's stream. So the Train to Mob roadmap, Dovetail Games releases, Thames Inc Class 700 and a German locomotive. Third party releases, US scenario livery pack and UK route. And in planning, the DBBR 420. I mean, when is the 420 going to come out? I'm sure it's going to be fantastic, but we've had screenshots of the 420 for almost 2.5 years now. Core features, add-ons manager for Xbox and PC, derailing improvements, save game improvements, and performance optimization. Special projects team and patches, so, don't know, why does it go down? Midland Mainline post-release patch 2, Linker Ride Striker post-release patch 2, and HST livery designer functionality for Train to Mod 2, I suppose that would be. And then there's lots of different in-development things there, which we've already gone through, and lots of Train to Mod 2 updates there, which will they actually ever happen? Who knows? But yeah, that is this month's roadmap. What's everyone thought? Do put your thoughts in the comments below. Obviously, I'll say the biggest news there would be the 700 coming on July the 11th, and the new Just Trains route, which is also going to be coming probably at some point as well, whatever that may be. But hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Links can be found in the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks for coming in, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.